Good morning and welcome to Paul T's World on this gorgeous early March day. I was going to say gorgeous, it was sunny 2 minutes ago. It's early March, it's springtime. That means one thing, it's time to prune the hydrangeas. The hydrangeas we're going to prune today are the macrophylla or macrophylla, or as some people say, macrophylla. But that sounds just a little bit dodgy, so I'll leave it with macrophylla. These are the mopheads and the lacecaps. These are classic British hydrangeas, particularly the mopheads. Everybody's grandma had a mophead in their garden. Just one quick question before we start. Does anybody know when the hairdressers are opening? The hair salons and the barbers. It's about time I had a haircut. Here we have my large lacecap hydrangea. You can actually deadhead them in the autumn, but we tend to just leave them right through the winter. So this is what your lacecap will look like in winter, and I'll now show you what it looked like this summer. And let's just go down and have a look at the mophead. This is the mophead hydrangea that's red and purple and blue in the summer. Absolutely gorgeous. In Britain, we don't deadhead in autumn. We leave these mopheads all the way through the winter for two reasons. First of all, they're quite pretty, particularly if it snows or there's a hoarfrost. And secondly, they can protect the new young shoots through the winter. But about this time, where you can start to see the new buds forming, it's time to take off the spent blooms and prune the shrub. So I'm just looking now to see where the new shoots are. And there they are, the new buds. Here we are, there's 3 here, looking very good. Large one here. So the first thing to do is to have a look and see if there are any old stems that are dead and need taking out. So I'll just have a look round and see what we've got. Here's some of the new stems. You can see the darker stems on new. Now we've pruned our hydrangea, clear the area of any weeds, take out any stones, and then we'll feed and water the hydrangea. In fact, any shrub, once you've pruned it, give it a good feed. And they grow like weeds. Look at this bluebell. They grow like absolute weeds in this garden. I like to just fork around the soil a little bit just to loosen it up so that when I put the compost and the feed on, it can mix with the original soil easily. I've got this viburnum just growing right up to this. Now I don't mind it coming to here because I like shrubs intermingling, just to loosen it a little bit. This is the compost I use for the ericaceous plants. Ericaceous compost, obviously. Now with the macrophylla, the mopheads and the lacecaps, the acidity of the soil will have a bearing on the colour of your hydrangeas. I don't really mind if they're blue, red, shocking pink. They just come as they come. But I always use ericaceous compost with my hydrangeas. Just to note, the paniculatas, they are not dependent on the acidity of the soil, so they should prove true to their colours regardless of the soil, although I feel they like either neutral or a slightly acidic soil as well. So I'm just going to mix some compost with a little bit of feed. And this is the feed I'm just going to mix in with the compost a little bit, not too much, but enough to make a difference and feed it through the summer. So what have we got here? I often use bone meal. What's this? Just general purpose compost. And my favourite, chicken pellets. So I'm just going to mix a little bit in here. Make my little pie. Now they say you shouldn't overfeed hydrangeas, otherwise they'll put on a lot of growth and no flowers. So how do you know what's overfeeding and what isn't? I don't know. But if I just do something a little bit like this, I'm not going to feed through the year. This is more or less it for the season. Maybe I might do something in July, but I won't feed after August, or in fact after the middle of August. You don't want these shrubs putting on a lot of new growth just before the autumn. There we are. We've pruned it, we've deadheaded it, we've taken some of the stems back. Some right down below here we've taken out. In fact, I can see another one here that hasn't got any buds on, so it can go. We've fed it, we've given it some ericaceous compost, and now it's just a matter of watering it. But in fact, we've got a little storm coming in tonight, so I'm not going to need to water it. It's going to be windy, up to 56 miles an hour, but we've got 2 days of rain. Perfect. So I'm going to now get on and do the other hydrangeas.